Okay, I'm back. Man, YouTube, they haters. Oprah got me, now these people got me. Are y'all serious? I don't believe this. But y'all get the idea now of what a holiday love rat is. These women, older women, and even though there was a black woman in there, it's mostly older white women. They go to these foreign countries like this and they meet. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say white women. I'm going to say women because I've known some black women who have done it like in real life. So they go over to these countries and these men come up to them. Like I said, when you go overseas, they start as soon as you from the people who are in the what is it called, immigration, to the people carrying your bags, all of that. They are they're on you when you get to. Let me tell you something. When I was one time when I was in Jamaica, we had gone to another resort, just like visit, like a day pass to go somewhere else. When I go there, I always stay in Montego Bay. So, but we were going to, I think we went to Negril, and it was a very long ride, and we was on that beach, and it was a cool beach. They came up and they would give fresh crab and lobster, you can get, and it was unlimited. I loved it to death. But anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I see something walking in the water. And I'm like, where did this person come from? I did not know where this person came from or anything. So they just appeared out of water, and they came up on the beach. And what these men do, like I said, I don't know where they come from, how they end up in the water, but they come up on the beach and they try to sell you things. Like, when I say sell you things, I mean these people might have beads, jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, and watches. I've seen them come up and they've had statues. I don't know where they enter the beach because it's supposed to be a private resort, and how they're able to get in that water and come up, but they do. So they're on the beach and they'll be trying to sell you something, but at the same time be trying to talk to you too. So we got this guy who comes out the water and he's trying to sell his statues and rap at the same time. Then next thing you know, another one comes up, and he said he was from the UK. Now I don't know where he was from, but he really had a British accent, but that could have been fake too. I don't know. He was probably Nigerian. But anyway, so then he was talking. I mean, these people come up to you and they start talking, and within 20 minutes, they're talking about a relationship. It is the craziest thing that I ever saw. And then at the resort that I was staying at, there's this one guy who he would come out the water, and I mean he would just sit on the beach with us all day. And I'm like, what, why are you here and you're not getting, and I tell him straight, you're not getting a green card. So, you really move on. And I forgot to say welcome back everybody, but welcome back everybody. I was trying to show something on some holiday love rats, and the I guess the people who own the video, they hated me. Like Oprah hated me, blocked my other video, but that's okay. We still going to move on and do some things and talk about some things. Okay, so you have these women that are over there, and you have these men that I mean, they try anything. You go to the club, you go anywhere over there, and you are constantly being approached by men. And I'm not gonna lie, it's flattering, but it's scary because they don't give up. Now, some of them, I'm gonna tell you, and I don't mean to put anything on any specific country, but a lot of times the men from Africa, okay, a lot of them are already married. In the video I was showing you, I think this one man, he hooked up with this older white white woman. They weren't too far in age, but anyway, they hooked up and got married because, under the ruse of they're getting married, they're bringing their kids, his kids over, his 5 kids. He said his wife had passed away, all of these things. And next thing you know, she finds out, she gets him over there, she finds out that he's married, the mother of his 5 kids, he's still married, and he was trying to bring her over. So that's the kind of stuff that they do. Hi, VIP lady. Let me say, since y'all came back, I want to say hi to everybody again. I said what I said. VIP lady, Shelly C. Um, why is not my thing not working? Shelly C. Lazy Day Cross Country Cruiser. Let me see. I want to make sure I got everybody. I am so sorry. Eve has many faces. Juju D, Lisa Lulu, welcome back, everybody. So anyway, so yeah, he ended up already being married, and I don't know how that works. Like if you marry a man from another country and they're already married, I wonder, can they be charged with bigamy here? I wonder, would we recognize that marriage over there? I just wonder, because that happens a lot. And that actually happens a lot with all cultures, not just, the men from the islands. But anyway, there was another situation in the video where the woman, she married the man, brought him over to the UK. And he was good and everything, attentive. He was the perfect husband. Never really got a job, but he was the perfect husband. And then after the paperwork was done, signed, and he was a resident there, that next day he left her. He had already had a girlfriend that he had been seeing since he got there. As a matter of fact, I think she was already over there. So he ends up hooking up with her, divorces this woman, and manages to get some of her resources when he divorces her. That is the craziest thing. Hello, Deborah C. That is the craziest thing I ever heard of before in my life. Hey, Kimmy Who. But it happens all the time. And you have to really be careful. And I'm not saying you can't. I remember my next door neighbor, or lady that lived next door to my mom. She went over and she got a Jamaican man, and she brought him over here. And he, he was a good husband to her. I don't know if he ran around, but I had never heard that he did. He was a pretty good husband. He worked, he, you know, cut the grass, did all of the things that you do, when you are married. So, I think, sometimes it works out, but other times it doesn't. And, it's funny because over there at Lady T Bug's Live, we were talking about, the infamous couple, Sonia and Nesto, and we were talking about how, their relationship is and how they are, and they're both narcissists and stuff like that. So you can actually hook up with somebody that is from here and have the same thing. I have met men from here who instantly, it's like relationship and marriage, and they're usually not any good. So no, Lisa Lou, we're not talking about 90-day fiance. We're talking about romance scammers and holiday love rats. And what that is when someone, you go on vacation and you're enjoying yourself and you're laying around on the beach and chilling and having a good time, and all of a sudden these men, they just come and approach you and romance you, and you turn around and marry them and bring them back to your country, and then they're either cheating on you or they are already married or something. So that's what we're talking about. But 90-day fiance, now, y'all let me know in the chat whether or not y'all have watched that. But I know I used to watch it. I don't watch it any. I don't watch like I used to. I'll say that. There's this couple on. There's this couple on here. Her name is Angela. She is a white lady, and I cannot forget. I can't remember his name. So if anybody knows who I'm talking about, let me know. And they have been together for years and going back and forth and all of this stuff. Finally, she marries him, brings him over here, and I think he might have been Nigerian, but anyway, brings him over here. She treated him like a dog, used him as a babysitter, and all of that mess. Hey, Linda Gibbs, all of that mess. And I mean, the way she talked to him, he should have never married her anyway. He got over here, he got situated, and one day he left her. She didn't know where he was. Child, she was all on the internet and trying to call detective agencies and stuff, doing police reports, looking for him. And when he left his phone, he left everything. The only thing he took with him is his paperwork saying that he can be in the USA. So that's what they did. That's what he did. Michael, yes, thank you, Linda Gibbs. Michael. So that's what Michael did. Michael up and left. But Angela was crazy. She was crazy. I don't know. And I'm gonna tell you, as long as he fooled with her, he deserves that citizenship because she's crazy, she's ignorant, and she's just nasty. She's a nasty person. There was another girl, another one named Lisa, and I forget the man that she was with, but she got kicked off a 90-day fiance um, because she fooled around and called him the N word, the man that she was messing with from some African country. And you know what? Now here's the thing: those women, they go over there and they get these men, they pick them out, these younger men, and then they want to dictate what they're gonna do. Oh, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. I mean, treat them like crap. And they go on ahead and marry these women and bring them over. I mean, marry these men and bring them over. And these men, those two got everything that they deserve because they were just two nasty individuals. I had thought about the other channel that I started up. I had thought about doing like reviews on that channel of different shows, and I was thinking about doing that show, but I said, I don't know, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't have the patience for that show. I used to watch it, and I just stopped watching it because I just didn't have the patience. The patience just went away. So I still might do it. I don't know. I still might do it, but or find something to review that I enjoy watching. I just don't know yet what I'm gonna do with that. So let me see. Is this the right thing? All right. Wait a minute. I'm trying to do this the link thing because I'm interested in any relationship or any type of stories that you may have where you dealt with someone from another country, anything like. Now I there is somebody that I know over in Ghana, and he's very nice. He is a very nice man, but and him and I have been communicating for years. We're not in a relationship. How do you have a relationship with somebody in another country? I'm wondering. But anyway, so I mean, but we talk, but he's a nice guy, but he's somebody that I've got to know through the years. And could I talk to him and maybe start something? Maybe I could, but it's just too iffy for me. I don't, when you do stuff like that, it's just too iffy. So I don't know. But he's, like I said, he is a nice guy. And there's nice guys here too. That's what I'll say about that. It's nice guys here too. I can't find okay, here we go. I was getting ready to say I can't find my own. Okay, y'all. They done locked me out of YouTube. What are they doing? I know they did not kick me out of YouTube on my channel. Okay, here we go. All right, we're here. So, anyway, back to relationships. So if anybody has a story they want to share, or a show that they watch where it deals with relationships, let me see. Eve has many faces. Says, what about American women getting killed? You know what? I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna tell you. It's I think it's Gambia, if I'm not mistaken. The thing about those women is that they they well, okay, five. It's been five of them. And out of the five, two of them were suspicious deaths. Well, one was a out and out unaliving. The other one is kind of on the fence. They think maybe poison, but the other three women, now it may be just a coincidence, but those women died of natural causes. Now, three women close together in months dying of natural causes, and these were not older women. These were, I mean, they were like, my age and stuff. So, and for them to die like that, it's kind of. But there's one woman that I have watched all her videos. I wish I knew her name right now, because I watched all of her videos, and she lived over there, and she talked about being in a relationship with this man, and it went left, and she got rid of him, and then she felt like people were following her. I'm gonna see if I can find her channel, because she had a channel, and she kind of predicted what was going to happen to her, and I felt really bad for her. Let me see if I can find her videos. Oh, here we go. It just came right on up. Let me see if I can find her specifically, because her name was Angelica or something, and I cannot find. I can't think of her name. Do anybody know what I'm talking about? Eve has many faces said, in one instance, I think in Guyana, a man killed his girlfriend who was divorced. Oh, I saw that story, and I said I was going to do something on that, but I need more information than what I was able to find. And I'm still looking. I'm still looking for it, but I heard about that. I thought he tried to, hey, Tiana Yvonne, I thought that I thought he did something to the kids too. But he wanted, it was over some money stuff. What is this woman's name? Come on, somebody. Bring her up in your video so I can see. Nope, you're not there. Let me see. I'm looking for this lady's video because it was very, very interesting, the things that she had to say. So y'all, ah, here she is. Now hold on a second. Trying to get her name so I can. Uh, why isn't anybody? I'm looking for her. I'm looking for her name. I didn't know you could move the screen like this on YouTube. Wow, y'all, y'all talk to each other in the chat because I'm trying to find this video. It's very interesting. Okay, here she is.
American sisters who are
All right, I
connected
halfway got
to the
her,
Gambia.
but I want her channel and not this lady's channel. This lady got GoFundMe's and up. I got it. I got it. All right, y'all. I'm getting it together. I'm getting ready to write down. Let me write down her name so that I could get it. ANJA. Now this her stuff I know I can show because I mean I know it's not no content. All right, here I go. FRECCA. Okay, got her. So y'all, now we're gonna do this share thing again. Okay. Am I still on? Wow, got it. I got it. I got her. As soon as I can buy YouTube, that's okay though. Put that down. Okay, we getting ready to do. Hey, worldwide collaborations. How you doing? I knew I should have switched gears. So we're gonna do this, and see what happens. Y'all remember I told y'all about we was gonna be a little bit ghetto.
It's so easy to get your
Oh,
windshield
here we
replaced
go.
using Safe Light. Tell the people why you haven't done it
I
already.
can't do
It
it
started
right
off
now.
as a chip and grew into a crack, and it.
All right.
If you all can hear me, so it may be moving a little slow. Okay, maybe it's working. So I'm just going to continue. I came on today because I've been dealing with a situation, and I want to make sure that you all are aware of what's going on in Gambia. There's been some suspicious deaths in the Gambia, and people have been suspect about it, but I don't know that people.
Okay. I want to first make sure that y'all can hear and that it's clear before I go on. I want to see if y'all can hear it and if it is clear. Mm. Can loud and clear? Okay. All right. Now we're gonna go.
Who have really told all that they know. A lot of it is related to single women in the Gambia. So first, let me give you a little just preview of what happens when you come to Gambia single, okay? You may have it in your mind that you're not trying to date anyone. You just come in here to live your best life. Well, honey, from the time you get your feet on the ground, and I'm talking from the airport, people already have their eyes on you, okay? They know what area you're going to. It's been reported where you're going to be living.
I told y'all, they do not play over there. They be getting into it and right on you as soon as you get there.
There'll be that one person that thinks, well, I'm going to be the person to get that individual because that's going to be my cash cow. Like, it's like that. We don't think like that because we don't move like that. Greetings, my sister. So good to see you, Felicia. So we go to these locations thinking we're having a fresh start, not knowing that you've already been targeted.
Now, I want to say that her video quality, this is how her video is going. So I can't fix that, unfortunately.
Okay. So you get to your area. You may go to certain restaurants. I have to tell you in advance, do not eat at the same places all the time. They've already decided.
Thank you, Eve has many faces, for saving my day. What a great gift. Because that just threw me off. I didn't know I wasn't going to be able to show that other video, but thank you. This is just as interesting. So
to track where you're going to eat. So if they want to do something to you, they will go make a deal with those restaurant owners to put a little special seasoning in your food. Like, it's like that.
Now, y'all know what she means by special seasoning.
You know, and I'm talking about it now because I realize it's something that I learned to live with like it's normal, and it's not normal. It only hit me today because I was like, I have a stalker. I have a stalker and I haven't told anyone. And it's not healthy. So let me just tell y'all what's going on. Okay, so I was seeing someone and I thought us meeting was like, you know, a spiritual thing. The bond, like we connected, we have good conversation. But there was something about this individual, but I could not put my finger on what it was. But, you know, I figure you're getting to know, take it, you know, keep him at a distance, but get to know him. So the more I get to know him, my spiritual abilities are coming in at the same time. So now I'm starting to have divinations. And when I tell you what I saw, y'all gonna be like, I saw this individual dealing with same-sex orgies. I saw this individual in different relationships. I saw a lot of children around, and I mean, everything I'm seeing is nude. Okay, so
now, in case you didn't catch it, I'm sure you did, but I just want to make sure she's talking about, when she says divination, she's talking about visions and things like that she has seen.
I'm thinking, hold up, this individual's in a cult. This is not I'm just a normal person. This is a foot soldier for the devil, a demon. You know, we don't know what that looks like because they come well dressed. Honey, they got on the best outfit. They nice looking, they smooth talking. That ain't nothing but a demon. If it's not good, it's not God. And I just keep that in my mind. It's black and white. It ain't no gray area. If it's not good, it's not God. Okay? So I continue to watch this individual, and I said, you know what? This one untargeted me. He feels like he knows something about me that I don't even know exactly. This man done had readings on me. He done tried to visit me in my dreams. He done targeted me to the point where he knew that something was going to be coming.
Now, when she says readings that he did readings on her. We are talking about spirituality, getting readings so that you can do a spell, probably a love spell. That's the only spell I could think of. I mean, I don't know specific what spell, but that's what she's talking about. This man is doing and what he's into.
For me, and he was determined to be a part of it. And I was like, yo, this can't be. Like, is it that real? You know, you be on a spiritual journey and you be thinking in terms of everything is sweet and it's so beautiful and it's auras and rainbows. Honey, the dark side of it, when that light starts to really shine in you, when God put his hand on you and you have God's favor, people start popping out the woodwork. They want your abilities, they want your finances, they want your destiny, or they be on some, if I can't have you, nobody will have you. So let me tell you when it got serious. I'm in my house and I said, listen, I told everybody, I usually tell people.
Hi, 80% CMOS. She is the topic is people who are, well, now it's switched. This lady was over in Africa. She moved there to, start a life. And she's talking about what she went through with a guy.
Going offline, I'm going into a deep meditation, and I would just shut down, right? Because I'm listening to God. No, honey, when I tell you this man tried to call me every day, and that's what made me say, wait a minute. If I told you that I am communing with God, why aren't you respecting that? Honey. It was like, but it's me. It's me. I said, so me what? I'm supposed to put you ahead of God? I said, that's not going to happen. I'm not putting you ahead of God. When I tell you I need a break, I need a break. So I said, you know what? In 1 week, I'm going to end it with this individual. And I remember going out for a meditation, and I went into the woods. And when I came out, Spirit was like, you wrapping that up today. It's over today. This all ends today. So I was like, okay, Spirit, you ain't got to tell me twice. So let me tell y'all how God works, how Spirit works, and how your ancestors support you. I come out the woods, I'm walking down the road because I'm going to meet this individual to end it, right? So I go to walk on the road, and there's 3 men on the road, and one of them has on a black and white t-shirt. He walks away, so there's only 2 men there. One of the men says to me, he says, sister, when you went by, did I tell you what happened to this brother? I said, no, what brother? He said, my friend. I said, what happened? He said, well, the brother was sitting in front of a welding shop, and a huge compound door, metal steel door, fell on this man, crushed his head, and crushed his chest. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is he okay? He says he's in critical condition. He said, but that's not all. I said, well, what else could happen to him? The little boy that was sitting next to him, he got his leg crushed. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Please give the family my condolences. I was asking what hospital he was in. He basically told me he was too far away for me to go see him, but he would give him my regards. So I'm like, okay, Spirit, you had that man tell me that story for a reason. I'm on my way to break up with a demon, right? Okay, so I keep walking. I get about 20 yards on the path, y'all. Why is there a huge monkey walking across the path? He just walking. He turns and look at me.
Now, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little bit, it's a little bit crazy sounding, but you really got to listen to what she is saying and what she was feeling. How are you doing, Bible lady?
Real slow, and he stopped in my path, and I was just like, oh, okay. So then the monkey kept going. So I'm like, okay, I'm slowing down. I'm calm. I know I'm going to handle this. I keep going. I get down the road another 20 yards. there is a huge yellow and gray snake wrapped in a figure 8 with a gecko choking the gecko. So I'm like, now how am I supposed to get past this snake on this dirt path? So I'm like, well, I don't want the snake to think I'm trying to take his food and he turn around and snap at me. So I'm trying to figure out how to get down the path, right? So I go to the edge of the path and I kind of slide by, and the snake doesn't move. It's just choking the gecko, like, squeezing the life out of it. Something was like, did you really see that? Turn around. Do you know I turn around and look at the snake, and the snake tosses the gecko up in the air, opens his mouth, takes the gecko, and slithers off into the grass. So I'm like, yo, this is serious. So I keep walking. Then I see a brown dog. So I'm taking notes of everything. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. So
How you doing, code name Nikki? And honey, Miss Bible Lady, she is gonna get her little oils and start just rubbing it.
I get to the location where this individual is, and I look at him real good. And now, mind you, I already know he's a demon. He's a foot soldier for the devil. So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, that is the same costume he had on when I met him. Another sign, right? Signs, symbols, and synchronicities. I said, okay. So I say, well, do you want to sit over here by the water? He says, no. I said, okay. He wanted to sit like in a shaded area, but there was people there.
Eve has many faces said the rate at which they are trying to get the US to make me question US citizens running over there. The frustration they report is too much. I agree. You all, especially when I was young, I had this vision. I'm gonna go back to Africa one day, and I always wanted to, after apartheid ended, visit South Africa. But it is so dangerous in these countries. It's scary. It is scary, and I don't think if I were to move over there, it would have to be like with a husband or something. I would not move over there as a single lady because, and I'm going to tell you something else. You can't go to foreign countries with your American ways. The way the relationship is between a man and a woman over there in foreign countries is not the same way it is over here in America. You can say a relationship is a relationship, but it's not the same. There are different customs, cultural things that you need to be aware of. So as a single woman, I just would not go over there by myself. Maybe as a single woman, if me and two friends move over there, maybe, I don't know. But as a single woman, I just don't think it's a good idea to pick up and go to a foreign country. It really isn't. But that's just my opinion.
So I didn't want him. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I don't want to embarrass you in front of people. I go over to where he wants to sit, and I go to sit down, and the man who owns the place has a chicken. Greetings. Thank you for joining. And the chicken jumps up on the bench and follows me like, don't talk to him. So I shoo the chicken away. Now, the guy who owns the place has a white dog, and this dog is not security. The dog does nothing but lay on the beach the whole time. When I tell you the dog came up from the beach, it's a female dog, and she laid on the side of the tree by me. So he couldn't see the dog, but I could see the dog in front of me. So he's talking to me. He hasn't seen me. He misses me. And I'm telling him, listen, we need to wrap this situation up. He says, what do you mean? I said, there are such things as soulmates, twin spirits, and karmics. I said, you are a karmic. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, you are probably someone who killed me in a past life. He was just like, why would you say that? I said, because I see exactly who you are. I said, you're a demon. Straight up, you're a demon. I see who you are. I see your sexual preferences. I see all of you. It's in the tiles. When I do water divination, I can see you. So me seeing who you are knows that I don't want nobody like you around me. I know what my journey is, and my journey does not include anybody energy harvesting off of me, trying to be part of my legacy, trying to steal what I'm trying to build. I don't want nobody like that around me. And he was so hurt. When I tell you, his eyes filled up, they got real bloodshot red. And it was like, I can't believe I'm hearing this right now. I'm just in shock. I said, well, I'm going to need you to process that because I stand by what I say. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know every time this man talked that white dog flipped on his back? It's a female dog.
I don't, you know what? I don't want to keep interrupting her because what she's saying is interesting, but you really have to like follow along with what she's saying. But so I really don't want to interrupt too much. And I am with you, Lazy Day. I'm too spoiled. She says, I'm too spoiled to my conveniences. I'm not going anywhere. Yes, because they were, for example, this is an example. They were saying that things that we do over here is not things that they do over there. Like you can get some milk, put it in your refrigerator, and it's good. You know, a week or two. I use almond milk, so that's good for like a month. But over there, how you do milk is totally different. The milk, you know, it's only like good for a couple of days. So those, it's like culture shock, and I'm with you, Lazy Day. I'm not really ready to just kind of jump over there like that.
Every time this man opened his mouth, that dog laid on her back and did this.
M&T Bank, I feel like they really care. I feel like they really want what's best for my business. I just can't explain to you that level of, wow, they believe in me.
At Fiverr, we offer 3D rendering services. But you probably already know a guy who knows.
All four legs wide open. Now,
Thank you for sitting through that commercial break. As I told you, we are doing a little bit of hood ghetto stuff tonight.
now tell me why one person's voice would make a dog act like that if this ain't the devil. Mind you, this is an individual who smokes weed all the time. I'm not a smoker. I don't drink. This is an individual who.
Wait a minute, y'all. I did not, this may sound ignorant, but I did not know that they had weed over there like that. I guess weed can be everywhere, but I didn't know that.
Smokes weed. But here, and this is what we don't know, and that's why I said I had to come on today. People are using smoke gins. Do y'all even know what a gin is? DJINN. Now, if you are familiar with the Quran, you might remember I Love Genie and little shows like that when you was younger.
I think it's a fire demon. I'm not sure. She'll tell us though.
Yeah. So they would rub the bottle and the genie would come out and you can make a wish type thing. Well, people use jinns in different ways. They can have jinns take the possession of roaches and send you a curse of infestation to your house. They can have a jinn take the place of a spirit, and every time you go in your bathroom and you look at your tiles on your floor, it will be an image of that person. People use sex magic here. You don't have to have sex with someone for them to use sex magic on you. They will do things like pleasure themselves, be burnt.
What she is saying is very true. And I'm going to tell you, with, for example, Ernesto, him doing things like going to the green waters, having women sign blood contracts. I don't know if he is aware, but that is a part of sex magic. It is a real thing. And that's why, especially when he had that phone call, I think, with Dre, and they were talking about Ebony doing voodoo. So I think that he might have some aspects of that because that's what it sounds like. As soon as I heard him talking about that green water, all that is what came to my mind.
Burning a candle, chanting your name, trying to invade your dreams. I'm telling you, this is real. They would even have people that try to get you to drink or eat from them. Let me tell you, I don't eat from places no more. Ever since I realized that this individual was stalking me, I said, you know what? I don't see him, but I know he is watching me. And sure enough, what he was doing was hiring the people that are working around me. There's 3 houses being constructed around me. He's hiring the construction workers and having them watch me and report when I am leaving, when I'm coming back. When I would go to walk in the woods, I would feel like someone is following me. Sure enough, he's telling these people when I go on the beach that own the restaurants, look and see where she's going. Look and see who she's talking to. Mind you, I'm always alone. So that's probably not the best thing either. I know everybody, but I move by myself. So this is more than somebody, you will have people latch onto you and they will harvest energy from you, right? They will be pulling your energy and you don't even know this is possible. But the reason why I came on to tell y'all this today is because this situation of me being stalked is not new. This happens to a lot of women here, but I don't think they realize the intricacies of it. They will get the whole community involved. They will tell the local restaurant, yo, when she come, let me know what day she come and what she order. Because when I'm ready to get rid of her, I'm going to slide it to you. I'm going to hit you off with a couple of Delasi, and we're going to take care of that problem. And they will be down, the whole community, just like that. Like you was never nice to them. Like you was never a good person. You will always be a foreigner. This is the part we don't get. Many of us come here and we are like, oh, we just want to integrate. I don't want to be called a two-bob. I'm African. I'm this. Sisterhood is sisterhood. Brotherhood is brotherhood. You're African or indigenous American, no matter where you are in the world. We are one nation. No matter.
Okay, I have a question for Eve Has Many Faces. Are you talking about the video that is titled I Lost It? Oh, African Americans Tell Their Truth About Guyana. Is that the video you're talking about?
Matter where we are located. Okay? So you gotta come here with your eyes open. And yes, I will be making moves. I saw somebody say, come back. You know, I'm coming. I have some moves I have to make because with everything that I'm discovering, God has me on another mission right now. And that mission that I am on currently is calling out sex offenders. And that's why I realized I was coming in contact with these people. Because this individual is part of a cult, and I believe that there are children that are involved in this process. I believe it is coming from the U.S. because the contact is in the U.S. and they're doing it under the guise of a church, acting like they're giving out donations to poor people. They're roping these poor people in and their children. They're doing sacrifices and rituals right here in the Gambia, and I'm sure in other places in Africa as well. And what's so deep about it is if y'all have been following me on Facebook and other places, you know I did a video where I talked about being a child from a firstborn ritual, right? My paternal grandfather, who is from Barbados, came to New York City and somehow got connected with a men's group, which I'm going to presume are.
Now, I'm also going to tell y'all, I know this sounds strange to some of you. I understand the practices and things that she's talking about. So I can imagine, like, if you weren't aware, I can imagine this sounds pretty strange.
The Freemasons, one of these types of groups, they get him connected with the Episcopalian Church, and they promise them wealth and legacy if they give them their firstborn for satanic rituals. And that's what my grandfather did. And how did I find out about that? My grandfather, let me say this. I was doing a divination, and I kept hearing that there's a man who wants to cross over, but he will not cross over until he sees you. And I'm like, that's random, because anybody related to me passed a long time ago. But we don't think in terms of that there's a middle ground before you go upstairs or before you take that dark ride downstairs, right? So apparently, Grandpa was in the waiting area. Excuse me. So he just came to me in a vision and just appeared. And I'm looking like, no, because I deal with sex offenders. What are you doing there? My judgment, who I decree, who I send down below, are people who have hurt people in this lifetime. And I'm like, no, don't tell me this. Before I could say anything, all these naked babies popped up around my grandfather, and I realized it was all the firstborns in the family. Firstborn from the grandchildren, firstborn from, my father. I was the firstborn grandchild. So guess who was sacrificed? And I'm like, no, you cannot tell me this. But I have to know this. You know why? Because how can I do my spiritual work and my journey and be the woman that I am meant to be if I don't even know I had a violation to my sacral? Our sacral is what makes us women. Our hearts, right? If you have blockage in one place, you have blockage in your whole body. So I needed to know what happened. And I think it was my grandfather's dying wish, because someone poisoned him. They poisoned him for the fortune.
Okay. How far left do y'all think this is? Because I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, she died with, they say, a stomach issue, but it is believed that she was poisoned. And I'm going to have to tell you, with all that she's saying, I kind of think she was too. I don't think that she just, I don't think that she just passed from a stomach issue, especially when she was healthy in the first place. So, and something else that these women might want to do, if Black women want to go and move to African countries, they need to, before they get there, establish some type of network with people who are already there, especially women, with people who are already there that came from America. Perhaps that would be a little bit more safer, I guess. Oh, come on.
The houses, the money, it gets better. They did all of this because he left me the house. And the family in the States does not want me to have the house. These people done took out life insurance policy on me. And that's how I met this individual here. They contracted from the States for this individual to target me, to take me out. Do y'all hear me?
Now, here's the thing.
So y'all like, ooh, come back.
You might want to ask yourself how all this came together. How is it that someone in America was able to put a contract through somebody in Gambia, where she happened to be living, to be unalive? It does sound far-fetched. I'm not sure I will buy into that, but I do believe that she got hooked up with the wrong man, and that's what happened.
Come back, but guess what? That's where it all started. The family in the States contracted to Africa because they're probably in the same religious practice. Take her out and everybody will get paid. Sad but true. So what I find is that I'm recommending that people know their birth charts. Study your astrology chart, y'all, because you have no idea who you really are unless you know your birth chart, your destiny, your purpose. Like some of us, we lost. We're not really sure what we should be doing, how we should be doing it. It's all in your birth chart. And your enemy will study your birth chart better than you, and they will be following you. They will be targeting you
Now, here's the thing: everybody doesn't follow that path as far as their religion. So, uh, everybody's not going to do that. I'm sorry. It's just everybody's not going to do that.
because they want what you have. So, like I said, after my grandfather told me what he did, I did a live. But when I tried to upload the videos, I noticed that I was shadow banned on YouTube. They was controlling me, posting, doing lives. I was having problems for a long time, but I kept thinking it was the internet. Come to find out, I was shadow banned on YouTube. They probably paid someone not to let the videos go through because they're trying to control what I do. In addition to that, we're even going to talk about all the dark magic, curses and spells sent in my direction to try to stop me from getting the message to the collective. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come on live today because y'all need to let people know. I need to let y'all know what's going on. So if anything happened, don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You know it was all a conspiracy, a plan to try to take me out. I'm not that concerned, quite honestly, because I have God's favor, but I know there will be people coming here who will not have God's favor, and they may not be as safe. And we have to know. We have to know when we get on ground to have communities and networks and people we are connected to, whether we are here or we are abroad. You cannot move alone. That whole thing is a Western concept. You don't need nobody. Be independent. When you do that, that's the easiest way for somebody to get to you and take you out. And it has happened here. There was one sister here. I didn't even know her, but in a way I did, because it seemed like every place I had ever been and did a video, this sister was doing videos the same way. So we was like really had a lot in common, but I didn't know her. Her name was Audrey Davis. So all I hear is, this sister's supposed to be getting married in 1 week. All of a sudden, the sister turns up dead. She's 54 years old.
Now, she's talking about the woman that was actually unalived there.
Oh. From what I heard, she didn't have any health problems, computer equipment. She's buying land and chickens. Her name was Audrey Davis, and I believe the channel.
Yes, and she had a whole bunch of land. I think she was living in one house and was having another house built on some land. So that the woman was doing things. I think she was the one that was the doctor.
She had was Soul Star Healing, something like that. When I post the details, I will make sure I put it because I want y'all to check her out. So here's what happened. I heard this sister passed away because someone called me, said, Andrea, do you know this sister? I said, I don't know her. They said, oh, we thought you knew her because y'all was sitting a few seats from each other at this event. I said, no, it was so crowded, I didn't even look to see who was there. Okay. So I heard the sister pass. So every time I saw one of her videos come up in my feed, I would just share it because I didn't know her, but I felt like out of respect to her, I would do that. So I shared her videos. So one night I'm sleeping and I just get this urge to jump up and go to the bathroom. Like I can't hold it, like out of nowhere. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what that was about. I didn't even drink before I went to bed, but I jumped up, I went to the bathroom, and when I was coming back in the bathroom, I kept rubbing my chest, like I had a pain in my chest. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. Maybe it's something I ate. So I laid back down. So about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. One of the sisters from the Gambia calls, and she says, Andrea, you up? I said, yeah. She said, oh, because your video just came through. I said, what video? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Now she's in Gambia. She said, the video you did on the sister Audrey. I said, I sent that video 12 hours ago. Why is it coming up now? The sister says, well, let me tell you, my daughter works with her best friend. I'm like, okay, it's not a coincidence that we on the phone at 4 o'clock in the morning and somebody wants us to talk. So the two of us start talking, and I say, we got to do something for the sister. She said, I want to do something. So she said she's going to take the responsibility of organizing a memorial. I said, when you get everything organized, I will post it on all my channels. I'll do the best I can to help. Okay. So now the sister called me back and she mad. And I said, what's the matter? She said, these people here don't care. I said, what do you mean they don't care? She said, I'm trying to tell people that this sister died and people are acting like I didn't know her. Oh, what you want me to do? But then a sister's dog dies and everybody's sending the sister condolences about her dog. Oh, your poor dog. Oh, that's a shame. I said, see, we can't worry about what everybody else doing. If we're going to do something for the sister, let's just do it. So I ended up just doing a post and, you know, a couple of other things for the sister. And then we ended up talking to her best friend on the phone. We get on the phone with the best friend. And the best friend says to me, Andrea, did you know her? And I said, no, but I feel like that could have been me. I don't need to know her. So let me say, yes, that's my sister. Okay. So she said, well, you know, the husband told me an odd story. I said, what husband? The man she's supposed to marry. She said he was mad because he was calling the family, telling the family in the States, y'all are too selfish. Why won't you send for her body so I can accompany the body back to the States? Do y'all hear this? All the man.
Yeah, do y'all hear this? Now, this woman, she passes away, and he wants them to claim the body so he can get over here to the U.S. Doesn't that sound suspicious?
Had to say to the family, he is Gambian. Why haven't you sent for her body yet so I can come back with the coffin? That's what he had to say to the family. So when I talk to the sister now, the sister says to me, the girl, her friend, she says, do you know how she died? I said, I don't know, but I feel like it had something to do with her heart. And she said, well, how do you know that? I said, what do you mean, how do I know? She said, the husband called me, the fiance, and said he had to jump up and pee and go to the bathroom. And when he came back, she was having a heart attack. Is that not what happened to me when I ran to the bathroom? I said, okay, I'll see what time it is. She's trying to tell me something. So she's going to communicate with me again. Then another time, so we had that conversation. We talked about, you know, organizing, talking to the rest of the family to see if we could put the clues together. About a week later, I have another dream where the sister comes to me and she shoves a plate of food in my stomach so hard that the pain woke me up out my sleep. And I said, whoa, sis, like, you know, I'm new to this. I'm going to need you to kind of be a little easy with me, but I get it. So I believe.
Now she's talking about the premonitions that she's having. One of which is that she's going to be poisoned.
That the sister was poisoned. Okay. She was poisoned, and all these different stories that this fiance is telling to people is because he is the one responsible for it. So fast forward, he now has her land. He had the house that she paid for how many years. This is what they do here. So, you know, I'm like, just stop. Y'all ain't even here on ground to know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on. And you really could put people in danger running your mouth and not knowing what you're talking about. But I came on today because I wanted to show y'all these individuals that I'm dealing with that I believe were targeting, I know they're targeting me, and that they are also, I believe they're family members. I believe it's a brother and a sister crew that work together. They target people. And they do all kind of hexes and spells and try to do curses and energy harvest from people. They use monitoring spirits to watch you. They will use birds and animals and people, all kind of stuff to be in your business. They will even try to hack into your phone, your laptop, your accounts. Like they want it. I'm telling you, this is some real criminal conspiracy level type stuff here. Okay? People don't have no idea. But I decided today, you know what? The reason why people like this get away with things is because nobody shows their faces. Nobody knows what they look like. All you know is they talking about people. So I'm going to show you who I'm dealing with. Let me give y'all a picture. I don't really go live often, so I'm not on enough to be like, well, I'm going to click the picture and show you who it is. But this is the woman who is working with this individual. She is the one casting the spells. I don't know if y'all can see that. Looking like a proper witch. This is the one casting the spells. Can y'all see that?
What do Elma, Jimmy, and Marcus have in common? They all grew their businesses with Fiverr freelancers. Whether it's for building a new e-commerce.
Thank you for the commercial break. We will now continue.
Now tell me she don't look like a witch. Look under the chin. I'm hoping y'all can see this. Look under the chin. You see a mark under the chin. Look at the eyes across the bridge of the nose and the lips. Yep, that's what we're dealing with, y'all. Also, harassing, copying content, sending spells, and the individual that she contracts to do her dirty work is this person right here. Now I'm gonna show y'all him. Now what's so unique?
What? Okay.
Unique about this individual is that he is.
Here's the thing. If I think somebody is casting and sending spells and all this, I don't think I would get on a YouTube live and show their picture and talk about them. I really wouldn't.
He's a ginger, and most people are not familiar with gingers, right? And for those who don't know what a ginger is a red-haired black man, which would be a black man that has some type of European descent that makes him fully, like almost like a brown albino, if you will. Yes, Felicia, there is an entity, and I'm going to do some artwork that brings that entity out so people can see it, and I will post a picture next to it. There's definitely an entity behind it, and when you have that discerning eye, you are able to see that. You are definitely able to see that. I'm trying to.
That's pretty much her story, and I don't remember the date off the top of my head when she passed away, but she passed away, and it had something to do with her stomach. Now, Eve has many faces. I looked at that video that you were talking about, and I do want to do something on that. I'm going to contact those people. I don't want to I'm not trying to get kicked off of YouTube again. So I'm going to email him and see if it's okay if I show his video before I show it. But I have another one here that's pretty interesting, and I'm gonna see if I can get away with it, showing it. So we are going, YouTube. I'm coming. Y'all, this is just so tacky. I swear it is. I'm sure it's probably a way that I could make while I'm typing, how I can make this disappear, but I'm not going to worry about it until I learn. I'm learning. And the unfortunate thing about this is that I have to go live to learn, because you can't really learn how to work StreamYard and stuff like that. Offline. So here we go. Africa Diaspora. Lord have mercy. Are you serious? Oh, come on. I know what to do. I lost YouTube, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go back to YouTube because I want y'all to see this video. I don't want to ask you anything, but anyway, and I know for some people that video might have been a little scary. I know, some of the things that she was saying could be a little scary, but those are the kinds of things that happen over there. Come on, bring my YouTube up. UTUBE. I know I probably could have taken this off of shared screen, and that probably you wouldn't have to sit up and see me do all of these things and all of this typing and stuff like that. But you know, nope, 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 nope. Y'all chat along, chat along. I'm gonna get to it. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Give y'all some smooth sounds to listen to. This 3 months ago, so oh, come on, we got a long way to go. We're going, we're going, we're going, we're going, we're going. Y'all, this is YouTube ad lib since they was hating on me for the other stuff I was doing. This is ad lib in YouTube. Kind of like what the Bible lady over there does on her channel. Come on, I know it's got to be a shorter way, an easier way to get to this video. This is crazy. And y'all know this is only because I was sick. So this might be like my third or fourth time being on this thing. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to get with I come on a video and was sent an email allegedly from the creator, however, based on it's written something was wrong that oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to get with Black Auntie so she can kind of guide me. I haven't been on a laptop in years. It's been years since I've been on a laptop. So getting familiar with it and stuff, I'm gonna have to do, and I'm also gonna have to stop, being afraid because I just don't want to. I just don't want to mess up anything. So, Yeah, that lady, I hate this because this reminds me of the stuff she does, the silent lives, there's nothing going on, and reading and not reading to herself and halfway aloud, stuff like that. I don't want to do that, but I can't. It's hard to learn what to do and how to do it without being live. And so, yeah, that's my issue, and I will work it out. We almost there though. We are almost there. And this tonight's live is sponsored by Eve Has Many Faces, because when YouTube said, "Oh no, you're not going to show that," we had to come up with another topic right quick, and Eve Has Many Faces was instrumental in that. So here we go. Now, I don't know this lady, but I'm going to play her stuff and we're going to see what happens.
Save time and money booking your next all-inclusive vacation.
Two questions.
Going to talk about what she does in the Gambia and how she feels about why she made the decision to move to the Gambia. Take a look.
I live here in the Gambia. I'm representing the African Diaspora Returnees Association, and we are a group of people who have returned to live in Gambia because we see ourselves as Africans. So I'm representing that group.
Why did you make the decision, knowing that Africa has a history of political instability, history of backwardness in terms of economy, corruption, and all that? You left the life that you lived in probably the Caribbean or in the UK or somewhere in America to come and live in the Gambia.
Wow, you made some sweeping statements there. Political instability, poor economy. That's not the Africa that I see.
So it's not just American women doing this. It's not just American Black women. Black women from other countries are doing this as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, her ancestry might have been from that country. I'm not sure, but she is a British citizen, as you can tell by her speech.
That's the Africa that the BBC and the CNN tells us about. Africa's our home as Black people, and we have to make it what it is. If you think the West was paved with gold, it wasn't. I was born in the UK, but I was always made to know I was never accepted there as a Black person. So you see the difference. Even though I was born there and I should be able to say, yes, it was wonderful there, but it wasn't. The discrimination is still there. My parents faced it in the 60s. I faced it, as I was growing up. My children are facing it. It's not changing for us. So it's imperative that we come home and we build Africa so that we don't make the statement about the political instability, the poorness. Africa is a rich continent, and everybody else can see that except us. This is why other people are coming here, but we're not coming here. So we need to come here.
Talks about, as you heard, her reasoning for moving to the Gambia. This is another woman who was very successful in the Gambia, was buying land and properties, who has since been unalived. Take a look at what the authorities in the Gambia have to say.
We would just give a brief facts regarding the case of Sakina Chenedu. She was reported missing on Wednesday, the 14th of February, 2024. After when the issue of the missing of this Chenedu came, the police swiftly get into the matter, investigate, and then a suspect was apprehended. The suspect definitely, helped the police during the course of the investigation, and the police were able to get admission from the suspect. He confessed of doing the act. Confessed to the police that he used a hammer and the hammer he used is this hammer. So he helped the police to recover this hammer. Based on his own confession, he hit the disease with this hammer on the neck, at the back of the neck.
So you heard the police officer talking about how she was unalived, and the man who is responsible for her passing, who has admitted to doing it, and he actually worked for her. And they had gone out to a property that she had purchased, or rather the land that she had purchased, and that is where he ended her life. Aside from the two that we just saw videos of, there are also 4 others. Sister Veronica Histed was a content creator, and
This lady right here, I think she did. I didn't want to interrupt the police when they were talking because I know it's kind of hard with the accent and I don't know how it's coming across. But anyway, this woman was a content creator right here on YouTube, living in Gambia.
and she would go around the Gambia and she would shine a light on what she considered to, or what was reported to be, unsafe foods. That in and of itself is also a dangerous thing to do.
Here again, you can't go to other countries with your American mindset and operate like you would in America. You can't go over there being a, she wasn't a food critic. She just, what she did was she talked about like food safety. And you know how, like at McDonald's, you cook some food and after a certain amount of time, you have to throw that food out and make fresh. She kind of did that. And you don't, you just can't go over to other countries and try to enforce that because they just don't have the same codes and things that we have over here.
Do when you are out there on the continent and you are highlighting deficiencies, then you are messing with that area's financial means. So you have to be really careful. She was considered to be an agitator by the people in the Gambia. There was also reports of her home being broken into prior to her also unaliving in very suspicious ways. Sister Mary Gaskin, she actually owned a salon where she was a loctician. She also was involved with a Gambian man. She didn't show up to work one day. Her workers were concerned. They did a wellness check and they found her unalived in her home. Sister Audrey Davis was engaged to marry a Gambian man, and she was going to be married within 2 weeks. She had a home that she had built out there. She had purchased chickens. She too ended up unalived under suspicious circumstances, and there's also reports that her fiance is living in her home. Dr. Beverly Allen, another sister who is out there doing great things, building her own home, buying land, also ends up unalived under suspicious circumstances. So we have all of these sisters out here. And this is a cautionary tale as an African woman speaking. The dynamic is different on the continent. If you are a woman who is successful and you elect to move and you get involved with somebody on the continent who is not as financially successful, or his status isn't at the same level as yours, and you end up being the breadwinner, you cannot talk to them crazy. You can't treat them as though they are not equal. You can't talk down to them. You can't disrespect them. You can't disobey them. Because on the continent, whether or not they're in those conditions, they are still considered to be the man. So you can't be out there talking all crazy and trying to be the dominant in a male dominant continent. They very much fashion themselves after.
So, as you can see, where is it at? As you can see, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous when you move to places. Am I on mute? Can y'all hear me? Oh, I hear me. I don't know why this thing isn't moving. But anyway, you have to be very careful when you make that decision. Eve has many faces said, and where'd your comment go? Let me see. You said something. Eve has many faces said, I researched many of this content creator's videos, and he does not reply or like any videos. It's a scam. What? Who are you talking about? I missed that. Eve has many faces. Who are you talking about? But the comment I was actually looking for to read said, Africa is a beautiful and rich country with a wealth of natural resources and affluent people. But the treatment of African Americans is not always nice or fair, and you're at their mercy. And that is so true. You are. Why is this up here? You really are. Oh, I said stop. Oh, you didn't know? Okay. Got it. Okay. So it is very scary going over there and doing that. I still want to go visit, but I would not go over there to stay. To me, it's just not, as a single woman, it's not wise. Now, my sister, we had talked one time about going to India, and I'm kind of interested in going there, but to stay. But at the same time, um, how do I want to say this? For one thing, moving to a foreign country, I'm not exactly sure that's anything I want to do because I have a medical condition that I'm not sure they could treat in foreign lands. So I just couldn't just move. I can visit, but I can't move. And that would be the one thing that would hold me back is that. So if I find a nice African or whatever, he'd have to come over here. I couldn't go over there. But like I said, I just internet relationships just don't work, especially when it's somebody. Well, no, let me take that back. I'm not going to say they just don't work, but it's hard, especially when somebody is in a whole nother country. I just don't see how that works. I really don't. But I think that's all I have for y'all today. I was able to get through this. My voice being okay and whatnot. And I appreciate everybody's patience and all. Does anybody have any last words or anything that they want to say? Or, let me see. If anybody has anything that they want to say or they want to add, you go ahead and do that in the comments, or you can come up if you'd like. Also, I have been putting the link to the backup channel in there. And, I hope you all go over there and subscribe. I also want to say, I'm trying to think, there's some things that I want to do on this platform that is just not going to be YouTube friendly. So I'm trying to figure out a way where I can do things. But you know how some content creators do lives and they're unlisted? I want to kind of start doing stuff like that because there are things that I want to do that YouTube is just not going to let me. But if I can go and do it unlisted, I think I might be okay with that. But I have to talk to another content creator and see how that works. And I said that to say that I'm thinking about maybe doing a membership for like 99 cents or $1.99, just so that I can do those extra things that I want to do that YouTube's not going to allow, and I can take it to another space where I can do. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about, but I have to talk to some other content creators and see how to work that out. Lazy Day says, between my family and my husband's family, we pretty much cover the globe. They all say they came here for a reason. Yes. Let me see what anybody else has to say. Um, I appreciate everybody that stayed on here with me and worked through this. Worldwide Collaborations has been put in the chat about the expat app. And it's something, if you are thinking of going to a foreign country, it's an app that you use, I'm assuming, to get information. So you do need to check your resources. You need to check the country, the culture. The language is important too, but not as important as the culture. That's the most important thing when you're going to pick up and move over there. So I think that is it, and that is all. Like I said, I hope everybody subscribes to the new channel, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to come up with something so that I can do more of the things that I want to do. That'll be a lot more interesting. You are quite welcome, codename Nikki. But I also want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes from everybody. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Cash apps, thank you so much. Those of you who wished me well and all while I was sick, I appreciate that too. I appreciate y'all so much. And for being my test group, I should say. Because like I said, I'm learning the StreamYard stuff. I'm learning doing things. I still like and prefer my editing content, but a lot of people have been requesting that I do lives and stuff, and I do want to do that. But like I said, there are other things that I want to do that YouTube's not going to allow, and I'm just trying to come up with a way that I could do it. And if I have to do like a membership that's $1 or $1.99, then hey, that's what I'll do, and take that to a separate platform. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate everything. Thank you, moderators. Thank you for those of you who participated in the chat. Thank you for all your patience. Do not forget to subscribe to the backup channel. It's called, let me see, what is it called? Legacy's Pink Milk Tea. That's a shame. I started a channel and I can't remember the name. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Let me see what the name of that channel is again, because I can't remember. Oh, that's a shame. It's called Legacy's Rose. Ooh, Legacy's Rose Milk Tea. That's what it is called. And I'm going to put that link in there. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with that channel. Maybe review TV shows or something like that, or have, I'm not going to say a relationship channel, but something like that. It'll be something different. So here is the link to that channel. Please subscribe. Thank you all. Have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. And once again, I really appreciate you. And I'm going to say good night.